The image of a pirate with an eye patch, a bicorn hat, a parrot on their shoulder, and a West Country accent has become iconic, representing the so-called Golden Age of Piracy, approximately 1650 to 1730. However, beyond the romanticized tales of sea shanties and rum, the reality is that many pirates during this era were cruel and merciless. Operating by their own code of conduct, pirates enforced strict rules, and those who violated them faced severe punishments. In this article, we delve into 9 harsh methods of discipline employed by pirates, shedding light on the brutal nature of their justice system. Number 1. Clapton Irons. One of the lesser punishments aboard a pirate vessel involved shackling the wrists and ankles of the offending pirate, commonly referred to as being Clapton Irons. The transgressor would usually be thrown into a gloomy and damp section of the ship, deprived of adequate food and water for a specific duration. Number 2. Sweating. A comparatively mild form of punishment among pirates was a circular variation of running the gauntlet. The offender would be securely fastened to the central mast of the ship and compelled to dance around the deck. The crewmates would gather around, deriving amusement from tormenting the transgressor by thrusting their cutlasses and daggers in his direction as he hurriedly passed by. This cruel spectacle was often accompanied by the lively tunes of a fiddle, while the crew indulged in strong spirits and jeeringly reveled in the scene. Number 3. Mutilation. Pirate Captain Bartholomew Roberts, also known as Black Bart, included a cruel punishment in his 18th century pirate code for any pirate caught stealing from a fellow crew member. The offender would suffer the gruesome fate of having their nose and ears slit, followed by a form of semi-marooning. They would be left ashore in the desolate place, devoid of comforts but still within reach of some form of civilization. Infamous pirate Edward Lowe gained a reputation for his sadistic treatment of captured ship passengers. He would mercilessly sever ears from his victims, and in one particular horrifying incident, he forcibly removed the lips of a Portuguese captain. Number 4. Keel hollang. When subjected to a keel hollang, the disobedient crewmate would be bound by the feet, dragged beneath the ship's hull, and pulled back up. This brutal punishment resulted in severe injuries as the sharp barnacles clinging to the vessel would tear through the clothing and skin, leaving them bloodied and battered. Many victims met a watery demise, drowning during this harrowing ordeal. Although not originally designed as a method of execution, keel hauling oft proved deadly. Incidents of this punishment were reported well into the mid-19th century, emphasizing its enduring use in maritime discipline. Number 5. Whipping with the cat o' nine tails. Also referred to as the cat o' nine tails was a merciless whip consisting of 9 strings with knotted ends. In some cases, fish hooks or musket balls would adorn the ends of each strand. Kept concealed in a sack, the whip would be unveiled when it was time for a man to endure the flogging, hence the origin of the expression, "let the cat out of the bag." As outlined in various pirate codes like John Phillips's 1724 Code for the Revenge, transgressors sentenced to flogging would receive 39 lashes. Given that the cat would often retain blood and entrails from previous prisoners, it is likely that victims succumbed to infection from their whip-inflicted wounds, resulting in gangrene and eventual death. Number 6. Hanging at execution docks. Execution Dock, situated near the docks of Wapping in East London, served as the designated execution site for individuals convicted of crimes committed at the sea, including pirates, smugglers, and mutineers. Commencing around 1400, the early executions at Execution Dock involved the convicted by being staked to the bench and left to drown as the tide rose. By the 16th century, the method evolved to hanging the prisoners in chains over the same location until their demise. Although they were typically cut down after a few days, some were left hanging for extended periods. Large crowds would assemble on boats along the river and on the shore to witness these executions. Renowned pirate Captain William Kidd met his fate at Execution Dock in 1701. As a grim deterrent, his body was coated in pitch to delay decomposition and encased in an iron cage where it was suspended in Tilbury, Essex for 3 years. Number 7. Walk the plank. A notorious feature of pirate life was the practice of making an unpopular pirate or captive walk the plank. This execution method involved the individual being coerced to walk along a wooden plank extended over the ship's side. Bound by ropes and threatened with a cutlass, they would reluctantly make their way to the end, where they would plunge into the water, destined to meet their demise in the depths of Davy Jones's locker, the bottom of the sea. Famed pirates like John Deirdre from Denmark and the legendary New York river pirate Sadie the Goat were reputed for employing this punishment on their captives. However, it is likely that most of the time pirates simply threw their troublesome comrades overboard without the theatricality and ritual of the plank. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more.